call handling, no matter where you work. If your current office phone can't do this, you deserve better. Hire your local experts. Hire Hamilton at hamiltonisbusiness.com.
It may not feel like it, but planting season is on its way, and now's the time to upgrade your equipment with a late model John Deere planter from Acres Equipment. Acres has an entire lineup of John Deere planters equipped with the latest technology to ensure planting accuracy throughout your field. And to get you up and going, each planter purchased from Acres includes in-field startup support from one of our Precision Ag professionals. Warmer weather is coming soon, so don't delay. Visit your local Acres for details. Offer expires April 30th, 2025.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes! Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait, apply now.
Ever wish you had another light switch on the other side of the room on a dark night? How much better would you sleep at night if you had a ceiling fan in your room? The High Electric Service Department is here to make your electrical what-ifs a reality. Whether you're looking to replace some outdated light fixtures or brighten up your counters with under-cabinet lighting, High Electric can handle all types of residential electrical installations and services. Give Erica a call today at 402-466-6606 or visit high-electric.com to get started.
Lincoln Federal Savings Bank, personal banking like you remember.
Hi, this is Chris Elgert, loan originator at Lincoln Federal. I know that buying a home is one of the most important decisions a person will make in their lifetime. That's why you need an experienced loan professional to explain all the options available, to answer all your questions, and to make the home buying process a rewarding experience. Talk with me and discover why Lincoln Federal is personal banking like you remember. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Live from the heart of Lincoln, America, welcome to Ticket Weeknights on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, we're back in studio here at 93.7 The Ticket. I'm here with Harrison, who's here with me now.
Yes, sir.
Had two good games so far today.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, what do we all got left? Well, let me give you the room. Give everybody a quick update on where we're at on the playoff bracket here.
Yeah, so we had class? I think it was Class D1 earlier. Yeah, Class D1. Johnson Brock won 61-46. It was a good game for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson Brock had the lead pretty much the entire game, but it was a good game for the most part. Johnson Brock, I think it was they three-peated. It was their third straight. I believe so.
I'm not entirely sure, but
I think that's what Nick was saying on the broadcast earlier. And then just now, we just had the Class C1 championship and a pretty good game the entire time. Good battle. Ashland Greenwood wins 53-39 towards the end and pulls away.
I'll tell you what, those a little bit biased here. Class C2 was my alma mater down there at Cedar Catholic. I do love those Class C1, Class C2, and even some of the Class D games. Not because like the size of those classes, but you get a lot of teams, like a lot of those C2, C1 teams are going to be in the Northeast, and then you're going to have some like way out west. So you get a lot of teams that have no idea who the other guys even are, as opposed to like Class A, Class B. A lot of them are in this Omaha, Lincoln area, so you're pretty familiar. You play them a lot. These Class C1, C2 games, it's like your first time seeing some of these guys for the first time, and it's also you kind of get the real test of who are the true number one seeds in Class C1, because there isn't that opportunity to go, Hartington, where I'm from, is going to go drive 4 hours to play another Class C1 game when there's another one nearby in their pocket. So, yeah, I'm always a big fan of those Class C1, Class C2 games, and even some of the D schools. But what's that like in Florida in terms of your class sizes? And is it where you're just really familiar and it's always the same people over and over? You guys travel quite a bit.
It feels like it, but like where I live, like with basketball, every once in a while, because they're a town over from us, we get Montverde on our schedule, and we get Cooper Flag dropping 60 on you in a high school game. So, or RJ Barrett, like whoever, whatever 5-stars there at that time, and then you have a similar caliber team. So it's really different because we don't play schools like Montverde every year, but we play like the typical schools. But every once in a while, you get
a Montverde.
You get a Montverde on there because it's Florida, so there's always going to be that one school, and Montverde just happens to be that school. So
yeah,
it's a little different down there.
I think the best athlete I ever played was shout out Ethan Piper down at Norfolk Catholic back in the day. He wasn't, you can imagine, he wasn't like a pure shooter or anything, but that guy was just a bully down low. Never had to deal with Cooper Flag, though.
I got to say, Cooper Flag's probably the best athlete that I saw play in high school.
Yeah, he might be the best
Him
athlete
or that
college
team,
basketball.
that team with Cade Cunningham, Scotty Barnes. Yeah, that team was really good to watch. But we didn't play him, but I thank God. I always go watch him. But we did play Cooper Flag, and he did not mess around.
He dropped 30?
Something like that. They beat us by 60.
Okay, so
as a team,
yeah,
I think their third stringers are probably dropping like 20 points on us. Probably, I don't know. Yeah, I just remember seeing one of my friends get dunked on by Cooper Flag. That's
almost an honor at that point.
Yeah,
like, hey,
I got yeah,
it's one of the better players to get dunked on by.
Yeah.
But that being said, though, I know we got a little bit of time here left. Next game's 1:00 here. I haven't talked Husker football in a minute. I've been locking in on a lot of hoops. In particular, NBA, as that thing's winding down closer and closer. You got the Stephen A. LeBron Smith drama it's actually dragging out for weeks now. I'm a little bit surprised. Then you got the Nikola Jokic SGA MVP battle. Real quick, before we go to football, who's the MVP in the NBA right now, if you had to give it out?
Right now,
there's one answer.
It's got to be Jokic.
Yeah,
right?
it's Jokic.
It's got to be Jokic. I mean, I like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Honestly, I probably would pick him to win if I had to choose, just because I like him and variety. But I have nothing against Jokic, and he's the best player in the NBA at the moment. So
yeah, I mean, if SGA gets it, that's ultimate narrative. So and he's a great player.
Although,
it's just
one of those guys today had a 3 hit over them by the only Bronny James Jr., and that was Nikola Jokic.
Bronny James hit a 3.
Oh, a corner 3 over Nikola Jokic.
The Bronny James thing is just interesting to me because his numbers in the G League are good, not great. Like he's but he definitely has some games where he pops off. And then like on the Lakers, it just seems like a waste of time for me.
Yeah.
Like if you want to get better, what you're doing in the G League is working. Like he's getting much better in the G League. You get more minutes, significant roles. In the NBA, it's like he's just trying to kind of fit in, and he doesn't necessarily have any strengths right now either. But hey, maybe hitting that 3 over Jokic is what he needed.
Yeah,
I'm just not expecting it to continue.
I just saw that when I was in between a break here, and I was like, oh, okay.
All good for him, especially with all the heat around.
I was like, I don't think I would have seen this if it was anybody other than LeBron James' son, but all right.
Yeah, well, it's impactful when he makes one.
Yeah,
it's something new. All right, Husker football here.
Mm-hmm.
We'll leave the James family alone. Give me your biggest thoughts right now. I don't know if you were able to catch anything of Rocco Spindler, but
I saw some. Yeah,
it's very, very complimentary of this program, and in particular of the mat drill, saying that is some of the hardest stuff I've ever done. So even this is paraphrasing here; it's not word for word, but essentially, not even Notre Dame that was having that intensive practice.
Yeah,
so just thoughts on him and the praise he's given so far.
I love what he's bringing to the table at Nebraska. I love my one of my favorite parts of that entire presser when he was answering questions was when he was talking about how he sat down with Dylan.
Yeah.
And they talked about the vision and Dylan was just asking him questions. What does it take to get to the national championship? What does it look like? What was that like this year being with Notre Dame? That's like really cool to see a guy that comes in 1 year of eligibility who even said and was very open to, I'm not a transfer portal guy. It just seemed to be right. And I wanted to come here to Nebraska to bring them back to where they once were. It's just cool to see him out there talking about what it was like to play on a national championship team. You bring that to Nebraska. I mean,
you bring a winner.
It's very valuable.
Yeah, anytime you get winners. That's why I was a big fan of the Terry Brand hire as well. That guy's been at it, won at the highest level. Notre Dame didn't win, but they made it all the way through there, and they did beat Georgia. Mm-hmm. So I'm to what you're saying. Like anytime you bring a winner into the room, there is something to said about understanding how to win games and understanding what that looks like and culturally feels like, because we've seen it at Nebraska enough. How many close games do we have the ability to just go win the game right there?
Yeah, I mean,
but we don't.
You could argue we put up a better fight against the national champions than Notre Dame.
Yeah, but we just couldn't win it.
We just couldn't pull it out. It's there's so many moments in the game you look back on and I was like, well, if this goes right, you could have won it. If this goes right, you can win. I think about that throw that we ended up getting a touchdown anyways, but Raiola missed a throw to Jamal Banks there towards the end of the game where he was just wide open. There's not a man in sight. He was working Denzel Burke that entire game.
And I think we had it at the 1 yard line at one point as well.
Yeah.
And then we did get a field goal out of it only.
I think, we got we went for it on 4th and goal. We got stuck.
That's right.
And then we tried that play again, and then it went right. But that was just one of those days. Felt like the Michigan game all over again.
Yeah. Then, throw the refs in there with a few questionable plays. It's not always on the refs, but
I
hate harping.
That was the game where Emmett Johnson went about 3 yards over the first down line, and they're like, he didn't get a first down. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, it's okay. They wrote an apology on X. So
yep,
all water under the bridge.
Yep.
And when it comes to the referees, it's always so hard because you don't want to just like bash on the referees, right? Because how many football games have I ref? 0?
Yeah.
I'm knowing my friends, like, yeah, we've done some basketball and stuff, but it is hard to find good officiating because nobody wants to do it because everybody sees how they get treated. So it's really easy to like always harp on them. And that Emmett Johnson call, they deserve some backlash on it.
Well, that one was like, I saw there was a compilation of like the worst calls of the season. And that was on there.
Yeah, and that definitely belongs to. Like, there's certain moments where they deserve some blame, but at the same time, if we want it to be better, go sign up and be a ref, or go like start teaching the youth, or set up some of these programs, because we're in a little bit of it's almost like the trade skills right now. We're in a deficit of trade workers. We're in a deficit.
They should have
officials.
like a 5-credit like college course.
Yeah, make it full
how to be a
time
referee in college sports.
Well, they also have it like in NBA and NFL, like you need to make them full time. So like even during off the summer, they're going around team practices or scrimmages, and they're just officiating those as well, just to like constantly keep working on it.
They make enough money to where you can be like, okay, you can come in a couple times a week during the off season, because they make starting, I think, 6 figures in the NFL at least.
Oh yeah, and if you're better at it, you make even more.
Yeah,
and like you might as well make that a full time gig. And if you have to pay a little bit more, you can. You don't need a million refs out there. You just need a good group of really good refs that you trust. And like I said, like there's more money. NFL, NBA, despite the NBA's viewership going down, believe me, they're not hemorrhaging money. Like they're still doing all right. It's definitely within their avenue to go ahead and hire some officials.
They're about to heat up, We're coming close to the end of the season. We're not there yet, but there's a good game today that I want to watch with the Knicks and the Warriors. That sounds interesting.
The Warriors have been a lot of fun.
And that one's on national television.
Jimmy Butler got there, and it's not all Jimmy Butler. Steph Curry has become a madman on a mission.
Yeah, and the Knicks are fun too.
The Knicks are really fun. I'm just trying to appreciate Steph Curry as much as I can right now.
Yeah,
because I think people kind of forgot about how unreal of a player this is.
Well, yeah, it was like the other day he became the first person ever to make 4,000 career threes.
Yeah,
that's bananas.
And we're not that far away from his insane finish at the Olympics.
Yeah,
where he was just raining threes down at friends and hit some of the most ridiculous
he dropped
threes.
36 in the gold medal game, right?
Yeah,
36, right?
And that was with the crazy. It was a 30 plus. I couldn't tell you the exact score, but
something like that. I was watching the documentary that they put out on Netflix. It's really good if you haven't watched it.
It's a fantastic. Kevin Durant laughing about the other guys, and him saying, "How are you going to stop Steph? Like, I don't care how much you play, how much team chemistry you have," and he was right. There was no team chemistry in the world that was going to stop Steph Curry that night.
Can't.
No, so it's fun for me. Especially now that we're kind of removed from the Warriors dynasty, it's a lot easier to like teams when they're not just dominating you all the time. And I'm at this point, like, man, Steph Curry, he's kind of like on this tour right now where he's getting the appreciation back, but I think people kind of forgot for a while, like how unique and amazing of a player this is.
No, I mean, I hate to go back to LeBron James, but like even the other day, like they're posting like, oh, like Steph Curry hit 4,000 career threes, and like the same post, they're like, and also LeBron, they like news from like a couple months ago, and he became the first. It was 50,000 career points.
Yeah,
like that was like, and I saw a lot of people being like, why are you bringing LeBron into something that Steph Curry did?
And then it's like LeBron, the whole LeBron James narrative stuff. It's really fun. He deserves a lot of flowers.
Of course.
I just hate it when it's always like he's better than Jordan. Like right now, the Michael Jordan LeBron debate's like hitting an ultimate head just because people are waking up to the idea that I don't know how many more years we got left with LeBron James, but like for me, it's like the nails in the coffin. We can celebrate LeBron James as much as we want, as we should, but at the same time, like he's got 7 years more than Michael Jordan, right? He's got a whole NFL, he's got a whole Hall of Fame career essentially ahead of Michael Jordan in terms of just like years. So, and he still has way less 40-point games than Jordan ever did. He's
how many years?
way less
How many years
trophies,
did
hardware.
Jordan play without the 3-point line? Because the 3-point line didn't come out till what year?
Oh, that's a great question. I'd have to look that up.
Think about that too, because like, total points. Jordan didn't have the opportunity to hit as many threes as LeBron has in his entire career, which the 3-point has been a thing ever since he's been in the NBA. It wasn't. I don't think it was. I don't remember what exact year, and maybe someone can help me.
I think it was there. I want to say because they got that from the ABA, the 3-point line. So they definitely had the 3-point line. It just wasn't. Because that was during the ABA. The ABA was the one that brought that 3-point line to play, and the NBA is like, that seems like a really fun, exciting idea. And then they took that. So Jordan definitely had it, but it's to your point, like it wasn't. The 3-point shot wasn't really discovered quite yet.
No.
Steph Curry is the one that just broke that thing completely wide open. And now you see a lot of players recognize it's really good to have that within your strengths, to be able to hit threes, even if you're big, Jokic, if you can shoot plus 40% from 3, that causes a ton of damage to teams out there who has to bring their big out to cover you. And a guy like Jordan, he could actually hit the 3 at a decent clip. But again, just the offense wasn't ever predicated on it.
Yeah. And just with like, the accolades, I know accolades aren't everything. Accolades are not everything at all, but
it's a good indicator.
Michael Jordan's got 2 Defensive Player of the Years, I think. Yeah,
he's got a couple of them.
You're 3. I think it might be 3 actually. Now
I mean the hardware that he has,
and just 6 rings. I think I'd rather get 6 rings than score 100,000 NBA points, because that means I'm a winner, and not just because I could score in the paint all day and I could be on the worst team in the NBA, but not that LeBron is, but. I'd rather win 6 rings.
Yeah, I think everyone would rather. And it's not always like fair to label guys like how great they are based on the amount of rings they have. But at the same time, when you're talking about the greatest of the greats, then it does become a real point of discussion, because it's like, okay, at the end of the day, it's about winning. And what was your role on those teams that won? Jordan always played phenomenal.
Yeah,
all those 6 years, Jordan was incredible. Yeah, he had some bad moments. He had some games that weren't as great, but more often than not, he was still dropping 30, 40. Just an incredible run. And LeBron James has also had some great moments. And you can argue LeBron James has had to play so many more greats, but at the same time, how many greats did LeBron James have play alongside him? Jordan had some as well, but not to the same level that LeBron James had.
LeBron's got what? D Wade. I mean, is D Wade? I mean, that
Kevin Love, Chris Bosh, Kyrie Irving, Luka Doncic this year.
Think about the Heat, like Chris Bosh,
Anthony Davis,
Ray Allen, like just so many. And he's got Luka Doncic now. Thank you, Mavericks GM. Forget his name.
Nico Harrison. I don't even think it was Nico Harrison. I say this all the time. That the whole thing just stinks. Nico Harrison. Tell me Nico Harrison makes a team built around Luka Doncic just to trade Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis.
Well, I mean, Luka Doncic was the one chugging beers after the conference.
Yeah,
finals.
It seems like a scapegoat, just like trying to find any sort of reason. To me, that one, we don't have enough time to get into entirely. All I'm saying is like that thing still stinks. It makes 0 sense from the Mavericks department. They're not idiots in there. I refuse to believe, a bunch of everyday casuals know better than league ownership. I think what league ownership saw was revenue, and the way sports is going, it's into sports gambling now. Market share, the league revenue, it's all just revenue shared. You send Luka to the Lakers have the biggest viewership. NBA's viewership goes up. You also don't have to pay Luka that money. You have more money at the end of the day, despite having a worse record.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we'll go ahead and end on that. We'll go ahead and send it back to PBA. Nick Sainer, I believe Austin Norman might be staying for this one, but Nick Sainer on the call for this next state championship game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on 937 The Ticket.